Legend of Zelda used to be one of my favorite franchises. Don't make fun of me, you know that I have a lisp and speak weird, okay? Fuck you. They better do this justice. I'm like the Legend of Zelda pro around here. I grew up on Legend of Zelda, okay? I've played like every single Legend of Zelda game. If they fuck this up, we're gonna have some problems. What was my favorite Legend of Zelda game? Well, honestly, it depends. Like, are you talking like soundtrack-wise, or gameplay-wise, or art style-wise? Because I feel like there's a lot of different categories, and I like different games for different reasons, you know? Gameplay-wise, I'm gonna have to be really basic, to be honest. Like, I think Ocarina of Time is a classic for a reason. It's really fun. It has, like, my favorite dungeon system in the entire franchise. It's just, I don't know. It's a classic, you know? The songs. It's also one of my favorite ones from the soundtracks. Ocarina of Time's got some fucking bangers. Legendary right there. I do have an unpopular opinion though. I think there's this game, it's not very popular, it's a little lesser known one, Spirit Tracks for the DS. That one also has a really good soundtrack. I prefer the gameplay of Ocarina of Time, but the Spirit Tracks soundtrack, like, makes me emotional. There's this one song that Zelda plays. Essentially, like, when you go through the different dungeons, right, and you, like, you free, like, the different sages from the game, from all the dungeons, they all teach you part of a chord for this song. And all of the sages, they teach you a chord, and at the end of the game, when you go beat Ganon, you put all the chords together, and you sing the final song with Zelda, and it's really cool. Also, Zelda's a baddie. When I was a kid and I used to play Ocarina of Time, there was this function where you could pause the game and zoom in. And when I got to the final boss with Ganon, I kept pausing the game and zooming in on Zelda because I thought she was really pretty instead of fighting the boss. What my favorite Zelda incarnation is? That one's a little hard. I have no idea. They're all really good for different reasons. A lot of people, I think, don't like the cartoon Zelda. The one from Wind Waker and Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. But I like that Zelda. I think she's really cute. Same with Skyward Sword. People don't like that game. I'm pretty sure it's unpopular. But I really like how lore heavy it is. One of the things that I really like about the Zelda franchise is how lore heavy it is, especially as a Nintendo game. You know, most of the games like Mario, Donkey Kong, I think, is from Nintendo, right? I'm fucking stupid. Like, they're all games for children. They're not, like, really lore heavy, whereas Zelda, all of the games are connected. And, like, there are games that are obviously made for, like, teenagers and adults, like Twilight Princess, you know? On that one dungeon in Ocarina of Time, there's that one dungeon, I don't know what it's called, Dungeon of the Dark or something, that shit was spooky as hell. Like, I like that Zelda is more mature and has, like, a deeper lore and meaning. And Skyward Sword is very horror-heavy. Jesus, I can't speak. Skyward Sword is a very lore-heavy game that they really, like, use to explain, like, where Hyrule started and stuff like that. Not that it fucking matters after fucking Breath of the Wild. What do I mean? I don't like Breath of the Wild. No, don't get up. Sit back down. Sit back down. Hear me out. Hear me out, okay? So the reason I don't like Breath of the Wild personally, right? Before I get into shit-talking territory, I will say that I think that Breath of the Wild is objectively like a good game, or else it wouldn't be successful. However, I don't like it as a Zelda game at all. I don't like the gameplay because, to me, the open world is just not my style. And I understand that they were trying to do something different with Zelda, right? Like, all of the Zelda games have all been this format of, like, there's dungeons, and it's very linear, and you go through all the dungeons in order, you unlock items to unlock the next dungeon, and it's been like that for, like, ever. And with Breath of the Wild, they completely got rid of that and just did it like a Skyrim style game. I understand. I don't like that. I prefer the dungeon linear path by far. Like, I don't like how completely different the gameplay was. Like, they went from one genre to another. Do you know what I mean? Which I feel alienates the Zelda fans who were in it for the original gameplay style, because it's not like they did some small tweak or they were trying something new. They like completely went from one genre to another with the gameplay. Second of all, what the fuck is the lore? Sit down! Sit the fuck down! Hear me out! Hear me out! Hear me out! No, sit down. Sit down. Don't go. Listen, okay? Like, the whole point of the Zelda franchise, okay, and why it's so popular, is that people like the lore. So why the fuck would you make a game that completely, like, destroys the lore of half of the other games and, like, completely rewrites the canon? What's the point? I believe that the reason that they did Breath of the Wild as a Zelda game is because they knew that marketing it as a Zelda game would bring it profit. The right thing to do would have just been to not make it a Zelda game. Make it its own thing. Make it a new series, right? But the only reason, like, it feels like a completely different story and a completely different game, but they just put in the fucking Zelda characters to market it as Zelda and make profit. It just wasn't, I can't speak. I don't remember if it was Breath of the Wild or the one after Tears of the Kingdom, where they completely destroyed the Master Sword for, like, no fucking reason. Bro breathed on the Master Sword. He breathed on the Master Sword, and that thing melted. That makes zero sense. Also, the Triforce is nowhere to be seen. Also, they removed, like, all of Zelda's, like, they removed all of Zelda's, like, character design traits that made her Zelda, except for the Hylian ears. Like, her outfit, I mean. I prefer the long-haired Princess Zelda with the pink dress, and I miss her, okay? And then, yeah, in Tears of the Kingdom, they go into the backstory of how Hyrule came to be. And it's just like, fuck Skyward Sword, I guess, you know? Fuck Skyward Sword, fuck every other pre-established lore. We wanted to make something new, but we wanted to make money, so we slapped Zelda on it, and you guys are gonna fucking eat it up. And so, that is my unpopular opinion. I think it's fair. Don't you think it's fair after you heard me out? Don't you think it makes sense? Don't you think my opinion is valid? Like I said, they're objectively good games. That's not my qualm with it. My qualm is that it's not a fucking Zelda game. Gameplay or lore-wise, it's not a Zelda game. Where are the instruments? Where's the music? Where's the dungeons? Where's the sages? Where's the canonical lore that makes sense? Why is Zelda a little bitch? Like, what is happening? It just doesn't make sense. And now some people are like, door, it's a Nintendo game. The lore doesn't matter. No, but it does though, because it's Zelda. It's Zelda. That's why it matters. If it was Mario, no, it wouldn't matter. But it's Zelda. Everybody cares about the Zelda lore. So why the fuck would you go and fucking ruin it? After you made the entire point of your series being heavy on lore, you just scrap that and make an entirely new one. Why? And also, the whole point of the Zelda lore, right, is that every game is a new incarnation of Zelda and Link. They could have made something different. They could have made a new storyline without pointlessly ruining the old ones. It just made zero sense. I'm not pressed. I'm passionate. There's a difference. Okay? I grew up on Zelda. I have you know that I played every Zelda game. Okay, I collected every Zelda merch. I had the Ocarina of Time replica, and I had some Toon Link socks, okay? And I had a Nintendo Switch, like, pretty sure it was Breath of the Wild Switch carrier. I had Majora's Mask, Majora's Mask DS carrier, okay? I had all the Zelda stuff. I had a Hyrulean shield mint holder that I kept. What did I put in it? I didn't put anything in it. What do you mean? I just put it on my shelf. It was empty. Why didn't I throw it away? It's trash. It's not trash. It was a Hyrulean shield mint holder. Okay, that shit looked cool. I was the coolest kid on the block. I didn't have friends though, but I would be the coolest kid on the block if I had friends. I'm trying to remember what else I had. I got rid of it not too long ago. Not the games. I would never get rid of my Nintendo games, let alone Zelda. No, I'm talking about the pointless merch I never used. Got rid of it. Yeah, it sucks. I had the Ocarina of Time. I had the mint holder. I had a few DS and Switch holders. Oh, I had a scarf. A Zelda scarf. I had a Zelda beanie. I had a Zelda t-shirt. Yeah, I had a Zelda t-shirt. I might have had two of them, actually. I had a bunch of Zelda posters. Yeah, I definitely had a bunch of Zelda posters. Ooh, how could I forget? That's like the most important one. That one I still have, of course. I have the original gold Zelda Phantom Hourglass Special Edition DS. You know how sometimes they release like a special Brandon console to go with the game that they release? I have the gold DS that released with Phantom Hourglass. It has a Triforce on it. That shit is fire. It still works. Nintendo consoles were made hardcore back in the day. Stop making fun of my lisp. I'm gonna stop talking if you don't stop making fun of me. Okay. I accept your apology. Don't do it again, though. I've been yapping for like 16 minutes. Oh. Do you mind? No? You don't mind? Thank you for listening me to my yap. It means a lot. You didn't interrupt me. You even asked me questions. It's like you care. You showed interest. You do care. Thank you. Thank you. You know, sometimes people cut me off. They're like, Graham, you're talking a lot. You're cutting people off. Stop talking. But you always listen to me. And you always care about what I have to say. Thank you. I love you too. I love you too. I love you too. Do you want to go watch the Zelda movie in theaters when it comes out? Together? Sure. Hell yeah. Look forward to it. I'm so excited. We're gonna watch it together. It's a date. It's a date, okay?